What's happening? What's up? What's happening? Hope you guys and girls are enjoying yourself. Welcome to another episode of the Natural Nomad podcast, which I'm just going to let you guys and girls know this now. We're going to be doing a little bit of a switch later on, and I want your input on it later on. But right now, welcome to the Natural Nomad podcast. We're going to be talking about that probably in tomorrow's podcast. But in today's podcast, we will be talking about why you grow so fucking slow. All right. This is why you grow so slow. Okay, so I'm going to give you guys a couple of seconds. We're going to wait here, and I'm going to get some of y'all in the house so I can, have this conversation with you and not myself, because I already know what I'm about to say, and you don't. So this is for you. Believe me, this is value for you. I want y'all, guys and girls, to actually take this into account so you can apply what I'm saying and take actionable value on what I'm giving you. All right, so I'm going to wait for you guys and girls to join up here. I'm going to tag some folks on Facebook because we're live streaming everywhere, Instagram, Facebook, all that stuff, all that good stuff. All right, so I'm going to tag some folks here, and as I tag them, let me know how your day is going, okay? And we're going to get the show rolling, all right? Just going to tag some folks. Boom, boom, boom. All right. Okay, I got some folks on Facebook, and I'm going to tag some folks over here on Instagram. What's good? It's good, people. Invite some people. So let me know how your day is going when you join. I'm just going to be inviting some folks into the chat here today. You know what I'm saying? Get some folks in the house. Feel me? All right. All right. All right. All right. Okay. All right. We got some people in the house here. Okay. All right. We got some people here. Okay. Awesome. Cool. Right. Now, let's dive into it. I tagged, you know what? Fuck, I got to tag some people on TikTok, and then that's it. So give me a couple of seconds as I tag some people here, and then we're going to jump into the meat and potatoes. I will start the podcast, and you'll get the value that I want to offer today. And excuse me if my forehead looks too big from this angle. Yeah. What's up, homie? What's up? What's up? And again, you're welcome to drop comments and questions as we go along. You know, it's good. All right, what's here? All right, let's do this. All right, send to friends. Invite. Let's get the house in the chat here. Let's get everyone in the house. All right. Cool. All right. Now, sent my invites. Now, people have been invited. Now, we can officially get into the meat and potato. He's back. Hugh, you know what's good. Nathan, what's up, man? What is up? What's up? I appreciate you. He joined yesterday. Shout out to Nathan. He joined yesterday for the first time in my YouTube live stream or in the podcast. And he's here today again. And yeah, I think you like the content. Let me know if you do. And he asked, how often do you vlog? Do you have a significant other? So actually, within the last 3 months, I've been vlogging like crazy. I just haven't uploaded them yet because I'm going to hire an editor to edit my videos for me as I record for myself. I thought I could like record for myself and edit for myself, but clearly I do not have the fucking time. Maybe I have the time to edit like one video, but that's still not enough because I have a shit ton of content that goes back to like fucking November. I've got content from November that's still in the banks that is not up. So today I'll actually be hiring an editor, which is funny you mentioned that up, so I can get these at least one video out a month. That's my commitment. I want to get one YouTube vlog out a month. All right, and for significant other, no, sir, I do not have that. Okay, so we're not going to talk too much about that today. We're going to dive into the topic, which is this is why you grow so slow. So without wasting any time, we're going to dive into the podcast in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, people, welcome to another episode of the Natural Nomad podcast. This is the number one podcast for anyone on this planet, country, or nation who wants to make an amazing natural and physical transformation. Okay, disclaimer, I'm going to tell you what you need to hear, not what you want to hear. Not because I want to be mean, but because I fucking respect you. All right, so if you tune in and you decide to give me the time out of your life that you know you'll never get back, the very least I can do for you is keep it a stack. Now that that's out the way, Let's chat with IFBB Pro Matt Butali. Let's get raw nomads. All right. Before we dive in, I want you guys and girls to drop questions, okay, comments, questions as I go along the live stream. I will answer them at the end of the recording, okay. And I'm not going to ignore you. And if you drop your comments and questions, it's not that I'm ignoring you. It's that I'm just giving you guys the actionable value on the things I want you to take steps on. And then at the end of that, of course, I'm going to give you your answers. And if your questions or comments are a little bit too personal, feel free to DM me and I'll help you out on a one-to-one level. Sounds good? All right. Also, subscribe to my YouTube channel if you haven't already. Nathan, you know what's good. Subscribe if you haven't already. That's MATT space BUTALE, Matt Butale. Hit your boy up. All right. So let's dive into it. Okay. This is why you grow so slow. Okay. I got 3 points, and we're going to elaborate a little bit on each of these 3 points as to why I believe you grow muscle so slowly. You, yes, the person on the other side of this screen, grows muscle so slowly because of these 3 things that I'm about to mention right now. Okay, so the first of these 3 things is, and this is something that I genuinely believe that, like, I had this issue. Okay, so believe me when I'm telling you this, I'm coming from a perspective of I used to think I was, growing fast, but I was actually growing slow, or I wasn't reaching my full potential per se when it comes to putting on as much muscle and making as big a transformation as I thought I would be making. Okay, so number one is you think you're eating enough. Okay, so this one is kind of hit or miss because recently I've been talking to you guys and girls about being in a slight caloric deficit and just growing muscle in a way where you're not having to force feed yourself with food, which you don't have to, because if you force feed yourself with food, eventually what's going to happen is you're going to end up accumulating a lot more fat and water than you need, that you're going to have to cut off eventually. So what do I mean by you think you're eating enough? So this still applies if you're in a slight caloric deficit. How does this apply if you're in a slight caloric deficit? Well, look at your macros. Okay, so your calories are one thing. If you're in a slight caloric deficit, that's good. Okay, and if you're able to eat enough to be in a slight caloric deficit, that's good. But what about your macros? Do you eat enough carbs? Do you eat enough fats? But mainly, do you eat enough protein? You think you're eating enough, you feel full when you're done eating your food, but you're not actually hitting the nutritional requirements that are required if you actually want to put on muscle, specifically with protein. Maybe you're eating 3,000 calories, maybe you're eating 2,500 calories, maybe you're eating 4,000 calories, maybe you're eating whatever caloric requirement that gives you a slight caloric deficit, but you aren't hitting your protein marks. You're not hitting your protein marker, and that's one of many reasons why you're not growing as fast as you possibly could be, or while you were growing very, very, very slowly. You're not hitting your protein marker. So, what is this protein marker that I speak of? It's something that I've repeated time and time and time again. Okay. It is to eat at least, and this is my opinion, and for my clients, this is what it is too, at least a bare minimum of 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight. That is 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight. And I'll repeat it for the last time, 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight. That is the bare fucking minimum. You need to be consuming that much protein if you want to maximize and optimize your body's ability to grow, okay, muscle. You could be eating 3,000 calories. You could even be in a super fucking mega bulk, but you're not growing because most of your calories are stored in your fats and your carbs. You're eating shit. Okay? Make sure that you're getting your protein markers at least at 1 gram per pound of body weight. And believe me when I tell you this, you will be growing faster than you were before, regardless of the amount of caloric consumption you were at. So if you're at a slight deficit, which is what I recommend you guys and girls do, okay, and you consume 1 gram per pound of body weight for protein versus the person who's in a huge surplus, say 4,000 calories, nearly double, and they have most of their calories compiled within carbs and fats, and then their protein is something like 100 grams or less, or anything less than, I'd even say 1 gram of protein per pound, your body's ability to yield and retain more lean tissue at the big ultra mega fucking surplus is going to be far less than the person who's eating way less calories than you but is eating the correct amount of protein. Does that make sense? Let me know if that makes sense to you guys and girls. Okay, so that's the first thing. That is the first reason why you think, this is the first reason why you're not growing. This is the reason why you grow so slow or you're not growing. All right. And when we say growing, we're talking about muscle here. Okay. You think you're eating enough, but you're not eating enough of the right things. Okay. So the second thing that I wanted to bring up to you guys and girls today is you do not take advantage of supplements. So let's say number one is something that you don't struggle with. Okay. Let's say you're actually eating the adequate amount of protein that you need to grow your muscle. Excuse me. Then what happens? You're growing, yes. You're taking advantage of your nutrition, yes. But what about your supplementation? Okay. Taking advantage of your supplementation is what's going to optimize your growth. Like if you're gonna like it's almost like getting a head start. You're doing everything right and then you get a head start. So when I say supplements, I'm not saying every supplement in the book. I would personally recommend strictly creatine for those of you beginners who haven't really experienced with supplement have no experience really with supplements. Okay, but if you have a little bit more experience with supplements, we could talk about like the nitric oxides, things that are going to give you a bigger pump. We can talk about digestive enzymes, things that are actually going to make you absorb your nutrients even more so that the food that you're already eating does more for you. Probiotics, like specifically the 50 billion culture, right? We could talk about using caffeine and its thermogenic effects. So supplements, they aid your nutrition, which aids your physical activity that you put into the gym. So if you're eating enough, you're eating correctly, you got your protein down packed, your carbs are in control, everything's cool there, and you're not taking supplements, it's another reason why you're not growing as fast as you want to, or another reason why you think you're not growing as fast as you want to. Make sense? All right, guys and girls. So the last thing I wanted to bring up to you guys and girls today, out of the three tips or the 3 points that I had to bring to you when it comes to why you grow so slow and why you struggle to put on as much muscle as fast as you want to, is three. This one, I chuckled when I wrote it, but it's fucking true. And you might even laugh a little bit, but it's because you fucking skip leg day. And this goes to girls too. Well, not really, because mostly girls just do leg day and nothing else, but you skip leg day or you don't train them hard 2 times per week. So what the fuck does training legs have to do with anything? So if you and this is where I'm going to break it down. If you saw the post that I dropped on Thursday last week, you know where the hell I'm coming from. So Thursday, I dropped the post, and the post said, the post was aligned with testosterone production and leg day. Where's the correlation? Why is it important that I train legs, and why is it important that I train them hard, and why is it important that I train them consistently? It's because of testosterone production, guys and girls. Yes, girls too. Our legs are the biggest muscle groups we have in our body. Okay. They have the most androgen receptors. For those of you guys and girls that don't know what androgen receptors are, it's like, we'll say there are things in our body that allow us to absorb the hormones that are in that we produce, that we secrete. And naturally, men and women produce, estrogen, testosterone, many other hormones and things of that sort. But estrogen and testosterone are the ones we're going to be focusing on today. Of course, women naturally produce more estrogen, and men produce less estrogen. Men produce more testosterone. Women produce less testosterone. But when you train legs really hard, okay, your body's ability to absorb and create testosterone increases, right? Your legs are fired up. You're able to actually produce more, secrete more testosterone and utilize it. Okay, so training legs not only consistently but hard and heavy is necessary. Not only if you just want to grow muscle in your legs, but throughout your whole entire body. Because if your testosterone level increases, your body's ability to grow muscle in general and get closer to an anabolic state in general increases. Right? It's like, think of it like when you see other athletes or like bodybuilders or anything, when they're like ingesting um synthetic testosterone, they're introducing testosterone that their body isn't producing. But in this case, it's your body using all of the testosterone that it already does produce in its highest, most optimal form. So that's why it's so important to never skip leg day and train leg day as hard as possible. Okay, so those are three reasons why you honestly are not growing as fast as you want, or you're not growing at all. Because number one, you think you're eating enough. You think you're eating, because you're eating enough calories, you should be growing muscle, but you actually are missing the protein guideline, which is 1 gram per pound of protein. Number two, you do not take advantage of supplements. Okay, so you're eating correctly, but you're not actually doing, taking creatine. You're not actually taking supplements that are going to benefit you and help your body further optimize its ability to grow and retain muscle. And number three, last but not least, you skip leg day, or at least when you train it, you don't train them as hard. So your body's ability to secrete and absorb the natural testosterone that you're producing is already less than. Does that make sense? Let me know if that makes sense. All right. So thank you so much for your time and attention today. This is the number one podcast for anyone on this planet, country, or nation who wants to make an amazing mental and physical natural transformation. All right. Don't forget to implement at least one thing from this podcast. Everything that I give you is actionable value here. Remember, information without implementation is just fucking noise. All right. So you're gonna either write shit down or you're gonna remember it and fucking do it. All right. So if you laughed, cried, got any value in any way, shape, or form, motivation or inspiration from this podcast, share it out to at least one friend who you know will enjoy it too. All right. Shameless plug. Subscribe to my YouTube channel if you haven't already. Matt Butale. Okay. MATT space BUTALE. And to see how I live my life outside of social media. And also, if you want to join the Natural Nomad Academy and lose 25 pounds, shoot me a DM. I'll see if we'll be a good fit. All right. It's been nice chatting. Hope you like what today's topic was about. Natural IFBB Pro Matt signing out. Boom. All right. Podcast is recorded. I'm going to be looking at some of your comments here on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. Then we'll be moving forward. All right. So TikTok here, what do we got? If no one has told you yet, you're a beautiful person. I hope you have a great day. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for that comment there. I appreciate you. Much love. Thank you for showing up. RSA team, I appreciate the follow. Jeremy, thanks for joining, man. Fuck yeah, I see you, bro. What's this? Olivia, what's your pronouns? That's not this conversation. Ryan says LOL. Yeah, this is not that type of conversation. So Ryan knows what's up. Liza says, Happy Black History Month. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I kind of forgot it was Black History Month. Forgive me. Instagram now. We're looking here. Thank you, everybody that joined. First of all, if you've got questions, drop them now as I read them, because once I leave this panel, I go to Facebook, then I go to YouTube, and then we are out. All right. So, homie says, got a free vaccine in the gym, toilet, and now my traps and shoulders won't stop. Get the fuck out of here, bro. That's so funny. And for those of you who don't know, that's a steroid joke. Raj, what's good? Mike, what's up? Jazz, what's good? He says, oh man, I learned this the hard way with my shoulder. Yeah. There we go. So you know it's good. What's up? What's up, Captain? What's good? Homie says, what are your preferred types of cardio? Incline walking, jogging, rowing, etc. So my number one preferred type of cardio, to be honest with you, would be kind of it would honestly be posing, because I just love it. It's artistic, and I don't feel like I'm looking at time when I'm doing posing. But the number one cardio that I do on a daily basis in the morning, just because it's practical and I have a treadmill here at home, is incline walking at a fair speed. Just low intensity, steady state. That's what I'm always doing. But if I'm doing cardio for intensity, aside from the artistic value and how fun it is, then it's cycling on a bike. Those three are my top three. Posing, real fucking posing, not just hey, let's look fucking pretty and shit. No, holding mandatories after my workout, sweating my ass off. That's the most fun for me, because I get to listen to music and I'm really in the zone. The second one, which is most convenient, that I do every day, is incline walking, maximum incline, and I'm keeping sort of a speed walk, steady state. My heart rate's at a steady state. And last but not least, something that's intense that I would do for HIIT really is going on the stationary bike and essentially doing intervals on that for a short period of time for HIIT. So that's my preferred. Those are my preferred methods of cardio. AJ, what's good? Carolyn, what's up? Dylan, what's happening? Tom, what's good? Extra T, yeah, buddy. Yo, Tanner, what's good? Meathead Mansion, baby. You know what's happening. IG Bush, thank you for joining. Deshaun, what's up? He says, yes, brother, good points. Appreciate you, man. I hope you actually do something with it. Jake, what's good? It's good. I'm chilling, man. Deshaun, yes, sir. It's all love, King. You know what's happening. Drede, what's up? IG Bush says, where do you post your podcasts, man? So this is the funny thing. Right after this, I'm going to be posting them on not only Spotify, but Apple Podcast and SoundCloud. So if you have SoundCloud, you can definitely find them there. So those three platforms, that's where I'll be posting them. Shoot me a message. I'll be sending you the link if you actually just want to listen to the podcast. That's an alarm. Excuse me. We're hustling today. IG Bush says, any advice for getting past shoulder pain? I've done something to my rotator cuff. So first thing, before you ask for advice, I want to ask you, what is your stretching routine like? Have you gone to physiotherapy? And for your shoulder pain, did you actually get it confirmed by a professional, like a doctor, that something actually happened to it? Because maybe it's just like a little bit of pain you can stretch, or maybe it's like a fucking micro tear, or even worse, an actual full tear. So answer those three questions, then I'll answer you again. Jake, what's good? Posing for cardio is goaded. Absolutely, man. Especially after the workout. Homie says, at the moment, I'm between Muay Thai, incline, walking, jogging. Never been more sweaty. Yeah, I remember the conditioning when I was a wrestler. That shit was like painful as shit. But incline walking, that's something I can do every day, no problem. It's like it's right there downstairs. You just fucking go. How long would you incline walk or on a bike? So the bike would be for HIIT,